In case you were wondering how you're going to be completely manipulated into taking the COVID-19 vaccine, this is the research that's being done right now, the behavioral science research that's being done on how to manipulate people and populations into taking a vaccine. So this study is currently being done. You can see here on July 7th was when it was first posted, 2020, last updated July 21st, 2020. It's being sponsored by Yale University, and that's where this is occurring. So this study is basically testing different messages that would have you take the vaccine. So people are being recruited, which in a way that matches census-based sampling in online recruitment, and they are being sampled based on messages that would induce them to being manipulated into taking the vaccine. So as I go through this, this data is pretty interesting. Right now they have 4,000 participants that they are testing this messaging on to see which messaging is going to get the best effect of manipulating people into agreeing to take the vaccine. I find this to be very angering, because this is how they're trying to psychologically manipulate a population into taking a vaccine that has very little testing, very little proof of efficacy. Here in the United States, with the Vaccine Injury Act, you can't sue a pharmaceutical company. So let's say that you get this new vaccine and it proves to cause neurological damage or brain damage or infertility or anything like that. You don't have a right to sue any of the pharmaceutical companies, which they know. They're trying to get it passed with the Emergency Act, which they can only do if there's no proven therapy, which is why they're really trying to prove that hydrochloroquine and chloroquine don't work. So it's pretty interesting how this is happening. And now they're testing the actual marketing messages of how they're going to manipulate you into agreeing to take this vaccine and also give it to your children, even though it could prove to be not effective and highly dangerous. So these are the control groups and the regular groups. So the control message will be assigned to the pure control group, which is a passage on the costs and benefits of bird feeding, which has nothing to do with the vaccine, which is ridiculous. Then there's a baseline message, which has to do with the effectiveness and safety of vaccines. Then 1/15 of the group will be given the personal freedom message, which is a message about how COVID-19 is limiting people's personal freedom. And by working together to get enough people vaccinated, society can preserve its personal freedom. The next group will be given a message, which is a message about how COVID-19 is limiting people's economic freedom. And by working together to get enough people vaccinated, society can preserve its economic freedom. So they're really going after that group appeal there. Here we have the self-interest message for the total person, which I guess they're deeming is just selfish and only cares about themselves. Which is a message that COVID-19 presents a real danger to one's health, even if one is young and healthy. So here's how you get the teenagers and the young 20-somethings that really haven't come up to like that group awareness, and they're getting vaccinated against COVID-19 is the best way to prevent oneself from getting sick, right? Not like take care of your immune system, take vitamin C, maintain a healthy lifestyle, don't eat junk food, exercise regularly. Like none of these things would be the ways to prevent oneself from getting sick. It would just be to take this slightly tested, not proven effective vaccine. The next one is the community interest message. So this is where I start to get really pissed off, because they're manipulating you based on your emotions. And they're doing this to trigger an emotional response and to make you feel bad. So this is a message about the dangers of COVID-19 to the health of loved ones. The more people who get vaccinated against COVID-19, the lower the risk that loved ones will get sick. Society must work together and all get vaccinated. So now they're really trying to make you afraid that you're going to get other people sick, right? You're going to be a cause over other people getting sick. The economic benefit message. So this is for people who really, I guess they've deemed care most about money, which is a message about how COVID-19 is wreaking havoc on the economy. And the only way to strengthen the economy is to work together to get enough people vaccinated. Now, this is what's interesting, right? Because they use these words like the only way to strengthen the economy, right? It wouldn't be to, support small business owners or support females in opening more businesses, or to help companies to hire more people, or to bring more jobs over from out of the country, like to increase manufacturing here, right? They use things like this, like the only way to strengthen the economy is to work together to get people vaccinated, which we all know is not true. Then we have the guilt message. This is really fucking great. The message is about the danger that COVID-19 presents to the health of one's family and community. And the best way to protect them is by getting vaccinated, and society must work together to get enough people vaccinated. Then it asks the participant to imagine the guilt they will feel if they don't get vaccinated and spread the disease. Again, psychological manipulation in order to get you to do this. And I'm telling you, this is marketing research, and they're using this to see which responses will get the greatest pull and agreement from people to take this vaccine. And then you're going to start to see these types of marketing messages being driven all over billboards, commercials, news articles, speeches, all of it. And this is from Yale University, right? The embarrassment message. The message is about the danger that COVID-19 presents to the health of one's family and community. Again, the best way to protect them. Then it asks the participants to imagine the embarrassment they will feel if they don't get vaccinated and spread the disease. So again, now it's like pushing people on feeling like society is going to be against them, and they're going to have to go into hiding because they're not getting a vaccine, right? It has nothing to do with the fact like, hey, you might be an intelligent person who can actually evaluate data, and you're not going to do something just because everybody else does it, and you're going to wait and see if this actually does work and people don't get sick from it and there's real science. And, imagine the embarrassment that you'll feel if you give this to you and your family and you find out that it's actually fatal, causes brain damage, or causes death, right? So this type of manipulation is such bullshit. And this is how they're working to undermine you as a person and to undermine us as society, to manipulate us with these type of emotionally driven negative messages. Here we have the anger message, right? And it's the same bullshit. And then it says, then it asks the participant to imagine the anger they will feel if they don't get vaccinated and spread the disease, right? So again, it's trying to hit you, which is what they're doing too by telling people that you could be asymptomatic, right? You have no symptoms, but you could go spread the disease, right? Which is true of any virus, right? That's true of like HIV, it's true of the flu, it's true of like anybody. But why are you asymptomatic? Why would the virus be in your body and not produce any symptoms? Could it be perhaps that you take good care of your health and you're taking things like zinc and vitamin C, and you're exercising and you're getting plenty of vitamin D in the sunlight, and you're not filling your body with toxic food additives that are destroying your immune system? And maybe you're putting attention on your gut health and ensuring that you're taking care of your gut so that you have a strong immune system. Maybe that's why you're not getting the disease. And yeah, potentially you could be asymptomatic with the flu and spread it to somebody and not know, because they have underlying health conditions and they're not taking care of themselves and they don't take vitamins or eat healthy, right? So let's just look at it that way. But imagine the anger you'll feel, right? This is such manipulation. Again, being done by Yale University. Trust in science message. This is the biggest crock of bullshit I've seen forever, because just look at any of the companies, Pfizer, Novartis, like any of these pharmaceutical companies and look up the class action lawsuits that are just currently pending right now, and look at the settlements that they've had to go through because of all the other things that they've done. Look at how the pharmaceutical companies, in their quote science, created the opiate epidemic, right? And pushed opiates across our country, killing millions, right? But here we're supposed to trust a vaccine that we can't even sue them for if it's not effective or causes severe side effects or destroys our immune system or makes us feel falsely safe against whatever. Right? This is the type of bullshit. So you're supposed to trust in the science. So the vaccination is backed by science. If one doesn't get vaccinated, that means that one doesn't understand how infections are spread or who ignores science. So basically they're like, you must be a retard and stupid, exclude my political incorrectness, but right, they're basically assuming that if you don't get a vaccine, then you must have a low IQ and not understand how infections are spread, or you might be a person who just ignores science. It couldn't be that you have a high IQ or that you have a scientific degree and that you still don't trust pharmaceutical companies, and you're not going to go this way because there's mounting evidence that there are drugs that treat this very effectively, and you don't feel that you need a vaccine because you take care of your health and you help your loved ones take care of their health as well because you have that high level of responsibility for yourself and those around you, right? No, apparently they want to manipulate you into feeling like you're stupid and ignorant and an idiot because you're not going to trust these super authorities in science, many of which who have been part of legal actions in the past, right? This one is by far the absolute best. The not bravery message, because you, my friend, are a fragile little weak piece of crap that is so not brave that you won't get the vaccine. So this is a sample that will be assigned to this message, which describes how firefighters, doctors, and frontline medical workers are brave. And those who choose not to get vaccinated against COVID-19 are not brave, right? Like you're a coward because you're not going to get vaccine. When the truth is that people flocking to an unproven, untested, unverified, with no historical data over time, flocking to get that vaccine, in my opinion, truly are the ones who are not brave because they're operating out of herd fear. And this is the type of research that occurs that psychologically and socially manipulates a population into doing things that the powers that be want done, including pharmaceutical companies. You've got Bill Gates pushing this. You've got Gavi, the foundation, pushing this. You can do your own research far and wide about this, where they're trying to annihilate your right to choose. And they're also trying to do it through social manipulation of making sure that they push on all of your emotional buttons, like fear, embarrassment, guilt, social anxiety, and, feeling like you're weak, feeling like you have to hide, whatever. This is the research that's being done right now, my friends, to manipulate you into getting an unproven, untested, unverified, with no time history vaccination.